everyone. Today I'm going to teach you all a little bit about water and water conservation. When you hear the word water, what do you generally think? Most people here in America think about convenience. When we go about our days just like we normally do, we generally don't think about where our water comes from. We just have the convenience to turn on the faucet and out comes clean water. Now if you take a look at the earth, you'll notice that there's more water than land. Now of all the water on earth, only about 3% is actually fresh water. Now there's four main ways in which we can obtain fresh water. Fresh water can be obtained by precipitation, which is a rain catch system that a lot of countries use. There's also ground and surface water, such as springs, rivers, and aquifers, which is how we get our water here in Florida. And the hardest and most energy-consuming way, which is desalination, which uses machines to separate fresh water and salt water. Now, as most of us know, there are many things that we can do on a daily basis to help conserve water. It's really a shame that a lot more people aren't trying to take part. To start off the long list, I would like to step inside the house and think about things that we can do to conserve water inside the home. Simple acts such as taking shorter showers or turning the faucet off while we brush our teeth are only a few of the simplest ways in which we can conserve water. The one thing that many people either don't do or don't even think about doing is to check their faucets, toilets, and sinks for leaks. Even the smallest of leaks can waste about 20 gallons of water until the leak is fixed. Now there's a few things that a lot of people are guilty of when it comes to wasting water inside. Usually when I do laundry, I generally go around asking everybody in my house if they have anything to contribute to the load. For me, I hardly ever do a load of laundry unless I have a full load. Now I know there's times when you just really want that pair of jeans or that shirt washed, so you throw them in a small load, not even thinking twice about it. When really, if you look right next to the washer and dryer, you'll see a sink, which if you use a little bit of soap and water, you'll get the job done the same. I think the reason that we waste so much water using the washer and dryer is because we have this convenient machine that is really supposed to make our lives easier, but it's being worse for the environment. The same can be said about the dishwasher. The thing is, we never really needed the dishwasher in the first place. But like I said, it makes life easier for us, especially those with large families, so we use them anyways. Now, I know a lot of us don't like washing dishes by hand, but if you think about it, in the long run, you'll save so much water, and especially if you don't let the faucet run the entire time. I can't say that I never use our dishwasher, but when I do, I always make sure that there's a full load. Now, I know my mom always reminds me not to pre-wash the dishes ahead of time before putting them in the dishwasher. Most dishwashing soap brands recommend not pre-washing your dishes ahead of time. This can waste so much water for something that is completely pointless. Now, if you do feel bad about always running the dishwasher, keep in mind that there are new Energy Star rated dishwashers that can use less than 35 to 50% less energy and 50% less water. Now, most of the ways I mentioned in which to conserve water inside the home, most of us have heard about, but there was one that really caught my attention. I'm sure all of us are familiar with maybe stepping into that cold shower thinking it should be warm by now. Well, the simple solution to hotter water faster is to insulate your water pipes. By using this foam pipe insulation, you will be able to get hotter water faster without wasting so much water. This foam pipe insulation is inexpensive and very easy to install. Now here I have a chart that shows how much water is actually being used inside our home. And we have 26.7% with the toilets, and then when we wash our clothes, we use about 21.7%. The one thing that I found really disappointing is the 13.7% that we waste on leaks in our homes. I'll pass this around. Now that I've mentioned ways to save water inside the home, let me step outside the home for a minute and give you a few pointers and information on things you may not know about how to conserve water outside the home. I'm sure we've all heard not to let the hose run when it's not in use, and this is a huge problem that I'm sure many of us see just driving around our neighborhood on a daily basis. If you're not using it, then turn it off. It's as simple as that. Now, as I mentioned about leaks in the house, make sure you check your hose as well for leaks. Running a hose while it's not even in use can waste up to 150 gallons each time you wash your car. To save water outside the home, you really need to take a look at the lawn. Now, I know a beautiful green lawn is appealing to most of us, but there's ways to go about that beautiful green lawn without wasting so much water. A lot of us think that mulch is just used to landscape your yard and make it look pretty, when really, if you put a layer of mulch in between trees and plants, it actually helps slow the evaporation of moisture. Not only does it do this, but it also helps prevent weed growth, which is a plus that a lot of people don't really want in their yard to begin with. Another great way to help conserve water outside your home is to make sure that your sprinklers are not spraying the ground or the pavement. And just the other day, I took a look outside of my neighbor's house, and I saw that their sprinkler was shooting all the way into the street. And I almost wanted to go and get a bucket of water and use the water for my plants. Now, one of the biggest problems, especially here in Florida, is drought. The reason that we have water restrictions is so we don't run our aquifers dry. Not only Florida, but other countries worldwide suffer from drought and lack of clean water. Around 1.1 billion people worldwide do not have clean water. In some countries, there's even reasons to go to war over water, such as dams being constructed over rivers that prevent the flow from one country to another. Now, I have a chart here that'll show water stress worldwide, with green being little or no water stress, and then the red being the most water stress, which there's a lot in Africa and Indonesia, which is not very good at all. I'll pass that around. There are simple things that we can do every day to help conserve water. And doing these will dramatically improve our lives. By doing so, we will ensure the availability of water for today and for our future generations. And not only will we be doing this, but we will also conserve energy and help to conserve freshwater habitats. Thank you for listening.